scare the public, but it's important that we recognize these things can happen to us. We cannot burn the candle at both ends and expect to keep going on and on forever. Something will give. And when it does, it takes a lot of time to get that back. It's a lot of medical visits or time in the hospital or, time resting. Do it now. It's so important. And it's a good thing to get yourself on a path to thinking of yourself. You can't make yourself last. It's not going to last forever. It's incredibly important. And we're really out here spreading that message and just saying, we see it happening. We're watching it firsthand. And then we watch the benefits of what happens when you do make yourself a priority. It's incredible to see and so important for everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to make another left turn because you brought up the word, and it reminds me of how often it comes up in today's society, and that's anxiety. I feel like I'm running across more and more people with anxiety. And your retreats are certainly something that can help cure or find solutions to anxiety, as well as health programs, long-going, workout programs or health programs. Is that something you see often there?
Oh my gosh, we see it so often. And, the other piece of that that's so important is that it helps you find a community. One of the worst things about suffering through anything is that you feel like you're alone. And when you can come on a retreat and see that there's a lot of other people going through things just like what you're going through, sometimes better, sometimes worse, it really helps you kind of, not only get perspective, but know that you're not alone in it. And you can, make new connections, learn something and understand that you're not by yourself out here, trying to figure it out. And there's folks that are dealing with things that are, pretty extreme. And it's comforting to know that, we're not out here alone. And a retreat also helps you get very real. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced, being in your community and, oh, how are you doing? Oh my God, it was great. I'm this, everyone's kind of out there, maybe not being incredibly truthful because, you can't be like, I hate my job. I know you want to say positive, but on the other hand, when you are struggling with something, sometimes it's hard to communicate that. And a retreat is a safe place of 4 days with nothing but time for you. And that's such a great gift, and it's a gift that you need to just give yourself and take a little time. I guarantee you won't be sorry.
Yeah, no, you're so right. And sometimes it'll take a retreat to get you centered that you can come home with the tools to continue that programming on. I know my wife is very vocal about having lived with anxiety most of her life, and we got her into a great workout program. And she competes in the Spartan obstacle course racing series throughout the year. But the important thing, the important thing about all that is that she's got exercise and health to fall back on and fight against that anxiety. And we've seen very little of that in the last couple of years since she got herself centered. Fortunately, we had a place to go and do that, something that I was involved with. But I would imagine that your retreats could serve equally, if not better, because you're equipped with specific tools to walk away to deal with things like that.
Absolutely. That's such a great story. And yeah, I mean, tools to take home, that's huge. What happens is when we go on a retreat, sometimes when we come home, the wheels start falling off again. We do have these influencers who are guiding these retreats, but they're also offering ongoing coaching services and tools and books and all kinds of, great things that really do help you stay on track. And again, once everybody books a retreat, they're all in a Facebook group. You've got this private community and it's only yours. It's the 10 or 20 folks that came on the retreat. Again, we do very small boutique retreats so that people don't kind of get lost in the shuffle, but you're in that Facebook group, always communicating, always sharing privately with this group that you spend time with. So again, that sense of community to help keep you on track and help keep you grounded, that really works very nicely with us. We all are encouraging each other to just kind of, stay the course. It's important.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there because then we'll be turning into another show. But, I think that we have given our listeners some great excuses to head down to Baja, Mexico and experience some of your properties and then maybe explore some other locations that you work at. We've also given them some tools to learn how to relax and enjoy and maybe cure some of their ailments, whether that's physical or mental, and a great way to get them kicked off. I think it's so important. We talk about when you're in Mexico, your whole mentality changes because it's so relaxing, the culture, the people, and everything. And I think what you're doing is a perfect fit. how can we get a hold of you, or how can my listeners reach out? I know you mentioned the website once. Can you give us that again, and any other places that we can find you?
Absolutely. Yes. You'll find everything on the it's Retreats Unlimited is the name of the company.
Yeah.
The website is myretreatsunlimited.com.
Okay. So there you go. Well, listen, we really appreciate you being on the show, sharing more about your business, what you do. Thank you for having some properties in Baja that you work with and all that you're doing down there. Maybe I will run into you, or some of our listeners will run into you down there.
I hope so. Absolutely. And if there's anything we can do to help anyone, find that great experience, we're here to do it. And thank you so much, Jim, for having me.
Best of luck to you, Tammy. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.